Diary, hello. It is the end of February 2023 and we are looking today at the Gigabyte BRIX. Now the Gigabyte BRIX is like the Intel NUC. What does that tell you? It's an ultra compact PC, but it's the kind of ultra compact PC that you assemble yourself or you finish off the assembly yourself. So unlike, for example, the Apple Mac Mini, which is a computer where you can't change anything these days, not even the memory, nor the disk. The Gigabyte BRIX and the Intel NUC are a series of small Intel-based PCs whereby you get a basic shell and then you can upgrade that shell or insert into that shell some disk and memory, and so come together with a very low priced PC build. Now the nice thing about this is it's teeny, absolutely tiny. There's my finger, as you can see. I haven't got enormous fingers. It's a very small PC. As you're about to see, we're going to do the unboxing and then we're going to attempt an opening so you can see what's inside this pre-built version. I'm going to tell you, this is the second iteration of the unboxing. So it's slightly synthetic because, shock horror, I did it the first time round on camera and there was no way of getting inside the PC. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So we're opening up the box. What have we got? We've got a power lead. Oh, we've got a European power lead. Okay, very good, 2 power leads. We've got the instruction manual, which I'm going to moan about more in a minute because it doesn't tell you what you need to know. And I've got some screws in case I want to insert extra components into the device. I've got a 65 watt power supply with a mushroom connector there, and it's got a barrel connector at that end. And like I say, I've done this once already, so I can't pretend to be surprised. So at the bottom there is a plate, and that's a VESA mounting plate. So this PC is tiny, I'm going to get it out in a second, and it can be attached to the back of a monitor screen. So if you do that, there's absolutely no footprint on your desk, although of course getting to the USB sockets would be more troublesome. So let's get the box out of the way, and then, big reveal, we can look at the actual computer. Oh, by the way, this is a box where this is the model, the actual model I'm looking at here is GB-BMCE-5105. It's got a, shock horror, Celeron processor, which I looked up at. It's 4 cores and 4 threads. So it's a pretty modest device. It's not going to win any awards for speed. Let's try and get out the camera angles. So let's look at the baby itself. So as you can see, this is a flippin' little tiny computer, really compact, and it may not be quite as beautiful as an Apple Mac Mini, but it's less than half the price, even when fully configured. So I think you're on to a winner. If your budget is in that area, why not go ahead in this way? So there's the back of the unit. There's the front of the unit. So we've got a USB-C socket, we've got a USB 3 socket, we've got microphone and headphone sockets here. On the back we've got a wired Ethernet, 2 more USB sockets, a mini display port and an HDMI. And let's just moan about the instructions. Here are the instructions, lovely instructions, except, correct me if I'm wrong, well, it says it's kind of got this one. It doesn't really say anything. I think what it's trying to say is take these 2 screws out, but it doesn't flipping say it. It's just like a picture. There's no instructions apart from this diagram. But what it actually means is you need to take this apart, and into that chassis you need to put in your memory and hard drive. So we're going to do that, and with the magic of editing, we are going to do this. Okay, so something pushes off. There we go. So this opens up that way. It comes off. There's kind of a heat sink here, but there's no CPU here. Anyway, I'm guessing if it's a 10-watt Celeron CPU, so it really does not need a heatsink of any sort. So now we come to the crux of the actual machine. If I press this button, what's going to happen? Oh, it does get bigger. Okay, so as you can see, we have installed actually an 8 GB crucial memory DIMM, and this is a PCI, i.e. not a SATA component, but this is a PCIe Express, in fact very mediocre in this particular build, 128 GB drive. But instead of that, you can use this to attach a standard 2.5-inch SSD, or if you're feeling really economical, and I really would not advise it, a spinning hard drive. So that's it really. This is the Gigabyte BRIX. This guy comes in at about £200 with the CPU, and then onto that you'd add your memory, which is only a couple of pounds these days, and this very small hard drive again is similarly just about £50, something like that. So this configuration is probably coming in at about 300 GBP, and that's without any kind of special offers, and that is very economical. Okay, so this is the Gigabyte BRIX. It's like the Intel NUC. It's a very small computer onto which you can install Windows 10 or Windows 11. This version is a very modestly spec'd CPU, so putting a very fast hard drive and putting 16 gigs of memory is probably not going to make much of a speed difference, and so the end user has not done that. Okay, Darry, thanks very much for watching.